Time for some history, dog.
Alright, welcome back to Browsing History. That time again.
Yeah.
History time.
Back for another
Part
history
two.
lesson.
Oh yeah, we're part 2-ing.
Sequelosity.
Sequelosity. We're getting good at sequels, aren't we?
Yeah, we're not even fucking doing it George Lucas style no more.
No.
We're going
This is,
straight into it.
this is straight up one
They
week.
call that chronology, bro. I'm a historian. We're going chronological on your shit.
Unlike the first dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still
That wasn't
wild
even
to me.
alphabetical.
Yeah, that was still
It
wild.
might have
to
been
me.
chronological. That's the first word I ever heard.
Oh. So we're carrying on from our episode last week. Was part 1 about Napoleon, and we were speaking about his coup d'état specifically. We ended on that.
A little cute Napoleon. An adorable coup d'etat.
Taking over from the French Directory, calling himself the first consulate. He was having a good old time, wasn't he, old Napoleon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's failed in Egypt though, and he fucked Egypt up.
Well,
He's come back to Stankpuss.
I don't think he failed in Egypt.
He just fucked his own army up.
No, he still had Cairo. He still had control.
Yeah, true. He did French it.
But he left.
Frenched it, boy.
He left because he heard that there's a bit of problems going on back at home,
Oh yeah, true. That's the case, wasn't
and he turned up. He ran out of pencils as well.
it? Yeah.
And you're gonna
But he was running out of
supplies.
bullets. He was, I don't need you guys in. You ain't got no bullets. I'll see you the fuck later. Make some bullets out of these zombie fingers.
But yeah, so we went over last week. Our date was the 9th of November. Was the coup Brumaire when he takes over the French government. And what we're going with this week, following up with Napoleon.
This is some like wizardry there, Sam. I'm proud of you for this one.
What's that?
We've made it a week after.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a week after.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
No, it's not a whole week after.
We're sequeling,
it's a
bro.
few years. It's a few years later. We'll catch up to it.
Yeah, but I mean, we've still lined up the dates.
Oh yeah, the dates
Even
have
on a
lined up,
sequel.
and not only that, we've lined it up 2 weeks before the movie about Napoleon comes out.
Chronological in,
Come
bro.
on, guys, we're like free advertisement. Ridley Scott needs to cut us a check for this one, bro.
Yeah, you know.
Doesn't he?
He needs to film Gladiator again, but where I'm Russell Crowe.
That's cool. I'll be Actually, no. Can I be fucking Marcus Aurelius, bro?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
start.
keep
I'll
seeing you
die
where
at
you're
the
geezing it up.
Yeah. I'll die at the start and shit. I'm down for that, bro. Ross,
Nice.
you want to be Joaquin Phoenix's character?
Oh,
Yeah.
you could be the snaky man.
You can be the Emperor.
do
Do you know
that.
the evil geezer?
Yeah.
You can do that, bro. November 1805, Napoleon's forces capture Vienna.
Yeah.
So that's the date in history we're going with this week. What have you got for happening in the world? Because we haven't got an exact date in November this happens, but we've
Yeah.
got November 1805. So what in that world is happening around about 1805, Yarn, bruv?
I've got a lot of 1804 because that's the year he become emperor, wasn't it?
It's close too, yeah.
Or like top leader.
Yeah.
Friedrich Windsor patented coal gas.
Yeah.
So it's like the first inklings to like the proper industrial revolution.
Nice.
English
That's
mining
important.
engineer develops
really
a steam-powered train, but he's unable to produce a prototype.
Oh, so he's got the idea.
Trevithick.
Trevor Thick.
He's terrific, but he got a lisp.
And he's a little bit thick because he couldn't fucking get us no train work.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Trevor.
That's also the year of the Haiti massacre.
Oh, yeah.
Because Haiti kind of got independence and tried to kill all the whites or something, isn't it?
Yeah, this is around about the time of the Haiti Revolution, so it's one of the things when Napoleon's in power, he doesn't do good.
Yeah, France ain't really keeping control of their
Not
their
too good with their
colonies.
colonies. No, not at this point.
He's already roaming and he's not even roamed up.
The thing is,
Stretching.
he got given it stretched.
Yeah, true. It's like Josephine.
Yeah, just like his wife
You
Josephine.
get what you give him, bro.
He got given it all stretched out. He did some stretching himself. Admittedly, but he also stretched. He got given to it very stretched. You know what I mean?
It's another good year for America as well, though.
Go on.
1804.
Yeah.
Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah.
Lewis and Clark
Again,
expedition.
Louisiana Purchase. Who'd they buy Louisiana?
Yeah,
off of?
exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Napoleon. And apparently he did sell it to Thomas Jefferson at mates rates
But yeah, I remember last episode that Jay's treaty I was on about.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like that pissed off France.
Yeah,
because it was like America was now able to trade with Britain.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Whereas
no,
they
they
had
were
the
pissed with
monopoly.
that because
So they were
Napoleon
pissed.
tried setting up embargoes and shit.
What else we got? Yeah, morphine. We talked about that last
We
episode.
did.
1804.
Really?
Friedrich Sertiner isolated it from the poppy.
So if only he waited a few more years, he wouldn't have had to opium smoked out the boys. He could have just fucking morphined them up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And this is the year John Deere's born. John Deere tractors.
Yeah, the tractor geezer.
Benjamin Disraeli, the British Prime Minister.
Okay.
World
We all looked
population
over there like
reaches
that,
1 billion.
What happens?
The world population,
Which is 1 billion.
1 billion.
Shit.
So think
That
about
wasn't even
how
that
few
long
people
ago.
there were.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's like exponential.
Yeah.
We're a germ.
Oh, for definitely a germ.
Everything's germs.
And Napoleon was a little bit of fucking Calgon coming out. Getting
Yeah.
rid of a few of the germs, bruv.
And then it wasn't long after this, like 1809, 10,
Yeah.
they invented the electric light, like it was called the arc lamp.
No
so it's
way.
the first electric lamp.
Yo, that's pretty cool.
The printing presses are fucking taken off.
Yeah.
I think it was Frederick Cohen, German.
The first
Coring.
first newspaper made with a printing press was around about now.
Yeah,
right?
so
the
they're really,
Times,
like-
huh?
Printing loads of shit.
Yeah.
First like propaganda.
And
No, just like newspaper. I think it was the Times.
1910,
Yeah.
the tin can.
No
Yeah, can you imagine not having a world with tin cans?
1810, you mean?
1810, yes.
Yeah, yeah, the can.
The tin can, bro.
Yes, bruv.
His name's Peter Durand.
Nice.
He invented the tin can. Top chavvy.
Top chavvy of history.
What else did I have? Can't remember.
That's some good ones, bruv.
We got the first Barbary War coming to an end.
Yeah.
1895.
Yes, that was a
That was an
callback
old
to an
episode.
episode.
Yeah.
Got Barbary Wars.
That's it. Yeah.
And because it's just November, I didn't get any birthdays.
Yeah, because we haven't got any specific day, have we?
No.
No, that's fair enough.
But we also
bruv.
don't know everyone's birthday through history, so maybe we could donate one.
Yeah, whose birthday do you want to make it? Ooh.
Who's that
Nebuchadnezzar's got a really cool name.
Nebuchadnezzar does have a cool
He's like
name.
an ancient king,
Yeah.
biblical time sort of dude.
Enoch.
Yeah, Enoch's got the most years, but not the most birthdays, because when's his birthday?
Yeah, exactly.
It's today.
Today. So today in history is Enoch's birthday. Happy birthday, Enoch. Cheers
Enoch,
for the book.
knock, who's there? Happy birthday.
Enoch, knock, who's there? Giants. Cheers for the birthday,
Yeah.
Giants. Enoch.
Birthday Nephilims, bro.
Cheers for them, geezer. So let's get back to our story of Napoleon, bruv.
Yeah, boy, Napoleon in one out.
Where we left off was at the coup.
Coup d'etat. Why do you think the word's French?
The coup d'etat, the coup of Brumaire, where Napoleon overthrows the French government and becomes the first consul. He's basically just become dictator of the country.
Yeah,
Is
boy.
this the first time France has not had the royal family?
No, because they already executed them a little while ago.
I mean, like throughout history, how long? Have
Oh,
France
yeah,
been a
yeah, yeah.
monarchy?
Yeah. This is the first time since when the revolution kicked off. Yeah, and they got rid of Louis. They're about to have another monarchy though. After this dictator, once he's got pretty much dictatorship control, he starts balling out of control, bruv. He's
Yeah.
wilding. He starts dressing his fanciest. Even when he's on the battlefield, he's in like the fancy carriages.
Nice.
He's rolling at the back. He's got entire carriages of maps for battlefields on the way.
Python loafers.
He's banging world famous opera singers, all sorts,
Yeah.
bruv. He's really wilding.
Beethoven released his first opera in 1805.
Beethoven has a song dedicated to.
So Beethoven's from Vienna,
Yeah.
and Napoleon's moving into Vienna at this time.
Yeah. Beethoven even wrote a song for Napoleon, or dedicated one of his classical pieces to Napoleon.
Is it a good one?
I'm just trying to find out which one it is, and then I can tell you. So Beethoven dedicated to Napoleon the Eroica, 1803, the Eroica.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know that one, do you?
I think that's the what's it called? I can't remember now, man.
No, but there you go. The Eroica is dedicated to Napoleon.
Is that the opera then?
It must be.
1805. Well, they're about each other.
So,
Because it's two names. There's like a German woman's name.
oh, is it?
I don't know.
Either way,
That's just one from memory.
he's looking
So
fancy.
so cultured.
1800 is the year we're going to start at, and in May 1800, after he's become the dictator of France, Bonaparte and his troops get to do one big fanboy move. Again, he gets to cosplay as another one of his favourite generals from history.
Yeah, boy.
He does a Hannibal Barca.
Goes through the Alps,
Yeah,
son.
bruv. Bonaparte and his troops crossed the Swiss Alps into Italy. Do you know the picture of... it's the one which my face is editing onto. Of the Napoleon pictures
the
in
one was
display,
rearing up. The famous
rearing up and
Napoleon.
pointed. That's meant to be him crossing the Alps.
Oh, nice.
When in reality, he actually crossed the Alps several days after his troops.
What a bitch.
He wasn't in some amazing fucking red robe. He was in like a grey coat. And he wasn't riding an amazing white steed. He crossed the Alps on a mule.
But you want a mule in the mountains. We've said this before.
Yeah, we have had this discussion.
They won't take you off the cliff.
Yeah, we
just
have
because
had
you told them to.
We have had this discussion. A mule is best for the mountains. So
especially if you're a megalomaniac like Napoleon. Go, I say. And it's like, ah!
So that painting, was just completely like a cosplay picture he had made.
Make your AI change it into a donkey then.
I think there
must be a one.
There is an actual photo of like him crossing on a donkey somewhere. I swear I've seen it, like him all huddled over on a donkey in the snow. But then I'm also picturing it with his hand in his pocket, so I might have made this up in my mind's eye. And if I did make it up if I did make it up in my mind's eye, I should be an artist. Too bad I'm retarded.
That's what happened before memes. Like, you had to be in that perfect space where not only were you funny, but you could also draw. When the memes come out, you could just paste shit over the top. You didn't have to draw or anything.
And shit,
That's what truly made it universal.
When you could be a cartoonist, when you had to be one, So, in May 1800, he crosses the Swiss Alps into Italy, aiming to surprise the Austrian armies that had reoccupied the peninsula when Bonaparte was still in Egypt. After a difficult crossing over the Alps, the French army entered the plains of northern Italy virtually unopposed. June 14th, he wins the Battle of Marengo against the Austrians. The heat during this battle was so excessive, French troops had to piss on their guns to stop them overheating.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. Good move. His opponent, General Melas, had a numerical advantage, fielding about 30,000 Austrian soldiers, while Bonaparte commanded 24,000. The battle began favourably for the Austrians, as their initial attack surprised the French and gradually drove them back. Melas stated that he had won the battle and retired to his headquarters around 3 p.m, leaving his subordinates in charge of pursuing the French. The French lines never broke during their tactical retreat. Bonaparte constantly rode out among the troops, urging them to stand and fight. So as they retreat, and he's riding back into the boys like, fucking turn back, geezers!
And doing nothing himself.
Well,
turning back around again.
Yeah,
well, that's his speciality, isn't it? He David Goggins up the troops.
He is good at the old speech up, bruv. Late in the afternoon, a full division under Desaix arrived on the field and reversed the tide of battle. A series of artillery barrages and cavalry charges decimated the Austrian army, which fled over the Bormidia River back to Alessandria, leaving behind 14,000 casualties. The following day, the Austrian army agreed to abandon northern Italy once more with the Convention of Alessandria, which granted them safe passage to friendly soil in exchange for their fortress through the region. The Battle of Marengo was Napoleon's first major victory as head of state.
No, so he's like... He didn't take an easy one, though, did he?
No, it was a tough one for him, bruv.
Still good.
That was a tough one, but it was his first as, like, the boss leader. Not only that...
Defending world champion.
Yeah,
but you'd think if it was your first one, you'd go for an easy one.
You would.
Well, but Napoleon wouldn't.
No, he didn't.
He's David Goggins, bruv.
He crossed the Alps. He took the elephants over the mountain, bruv. Carried the boats. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Had a tough battle in
He
Italy.
didn't ride a mule. He was topless in running shorts.
he was like...
Stay hard!
He was like Putin on in the river riding
on
his
the
horse.
bear.
Yeah, shirtless, all sorts, bruv. After that, in October, his government and his people managed to foil the Dagger Plot, an assassination attempt to stab Napoleon up at the opera.
Oh no!
Through this time period, while he's first consulate, there is a lot of assassination attempts. In the end, there's over 12 assassination attempts foiled.
Nice.
In December 24th, another one is an attempt by royalists to blow him up, called... you would have heard this, I don't know if you have. It's weird, it's like video games, there's a lot of quests named this. It's like a weird pop culture reference. You ever heard of the Infernal Machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a plot to kill Napoleon.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there you go. The Infernal Machine was a plot to kill Yeah, by royalists and Jacobites to blow him up.
Yeah, no, there's been some like explosive assassination attempts in France for a long time.
Oh yeah,
The
love a
wine
saboteur.
Cristal
Yeah,
has a flat bottom.
yeah,
So you can't hide it because all wine bottles have that dent because
yeah,
the pressure
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
They make it out of crystal glass, so you don't have to have the dent, so you can't hide an explosive underneath it.
Oh really?
I think that was one of the Louis made that.
Shit.
But yeah, everyone's
Getting
blowing
up
each
in
other up in
France.
France for a long time, it seems.
1801 February, he signs the Treaty of Lunéville with Austria. So he's finally, after smashing Austria, they've made peace.
Yeah.
1802.
It's like accepting neutrality and stuff like that. And that's what they make him do.
1802 March, after a decade of constant warfare, France and Britain signed the Treaty of Amiens, bringing the Revolutionary Wars to an end.
So France has spread out enough, sort of thing.
So all the wars that were going on during the French Revolution, they've all ended now.
So now it's the...
So any other war that any other war, essentially, all that means is any other war which France have after this will no longer be considered a revolutionary war.
Yeah.
And will be no longer be part of the Revolutionary Wars. They would be considered part of the Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I forgot about that term. That sounds like a rule Napoleon made.
It's just a change from the revolutionary period of France to the Napoleonic era of France. 1803, you got the Louisiana Purchase we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, boy.
In May of the same year, Britain breaks the Peace of Amiens by declaring war on France. So Britain, us guys, are actually the first people to break the old peace treaty.
Yeah, well, you would, wouldn't you? They're French.
You can't pay an income tax for it.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm paying my fucking percent.
Might as well go to war with them.
Yeah.
Fucking paying the tax for it. In May, 1804, by 1804, he's fought dozens of attempts on his life. And he decides, after foiling all these plots, I need to be able to leave a dynasty in France. I'm the first consulate. That doesn't mean shit. Not only that, England have declared war. I need a way, so if a government comes in, I can't just be killed, taken, arrested. So in May 18th, 1804, Napoleon declares himself Emperor of the French.
Yeah, boy.
December the 2nd, same year, 1804, he's crowned Emperor at Notre Dame Cathedral.
I bet that was fancy, bruv.
With Pope Pius VII himself
Oh, shit, son.
doing the job.
That's
So he got
good.
that's legitimised, bruv. We're talking about a geezer who wasn't in the line of the French throne, just a fucking low-born noble. So not really a low-born, but bottom of the rung noble.
Yeah. Suburban noble,
bruv, becoming the king of France after getting rid of all the other actual fucking heirs to it, all the fucking creepy lizard people who are fucking running it.
Ultimate clear out, bruv.
Ultimate clear out.
Draining the swamp.
Geezer drained the swamp, and then so that the swamp creatures can't get him, got the head swamp creature to put a crown on him, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking donned it.
Was he king of Italy at this point as well?
Pretty much, yeah. He actually ends up naming someone else, I think, king of Italy. No, king of Spain. His brother he makes king of Spain.
So is Vatican Vatican at that point still part of Italy? Is he king of...
He's conquered Italy.
Yeah.
He's slapped about a couple of popes. He sent his armies to arrest a couple of popes, and one of the popes died in a few years back. Yeah, he's been slapping the popes about a bit. The ceremony more or less lasted around 3 hours, so the guests who arrived earlier became dull or bored and had to go in and out of the cathedral to at least rejuvenate their spirits and also to buy food and drink. 2 separate crowns were bought for the ceremony, a golden laurel wreath recalling the Roman Empire, and a replica of Charlemagne's crown. They couldn't get the real one because Charlemagne of Austria wouldn't give them the real one. Napoleon entered the ceremony wearing the laurel wreath and kept it on his head throughout the proceedings. Since the laurel wreath symbolised victory, peace and civic virtue, for the official coronation he raised the replica Charlemagne crown over his own head in a symbolic gesture, but never placed it on top because he was already wearing the golden wreath. After the crown was placed on his head, everyone in the Notre Dame Cathedral stood up spontaneously, the men waving their feathered hats. Josephine, his wife, knelt in front of Napoleon, where he then placed the crown of Josephine's head. Josephine became only the second queen to be crowned and anointed in French history, other than Marie de Medici.
Mad. I feel like this is like a side quest.
Go on.
So when you turn up, like say you're playing as like a barbarian, and there's like an important storyline that is like a mage style one. You get a mage item.
Yeah,
it's just there. He's equipped it, but he's taking it straight off without moving the laurel wreath. It gives you plus 50 charisma. He's just like, yeah, sweet, let's get out of here. She's the queen, right? Yep, good, done.
Pretty much, isn't it? When he did crown himself,
he's going to kill some giant spiders for XP.
Them British spiders, got to go fucking get them.
Well, no, he's learning sailing. He's putting all his perk points in sailing, isn't he?
He is. He's trying. So, a little quote of his. Apparently, this is a direct quote of him from his crowning ceremony. "I found the crown of France in the gutter, and I picked it up with my sword."
I remember that from my history source. The Ridley Scotts trailer.
Then there's some people purport that afterwards he also says, "And it is the people who crowned me."
But did they?
The people's champ.
Oh, yeah, of course they did.
Everyone still loved him off in France.
He pointed his cannon at them and he said, "Fucking give me that crown, dickheads."
No, he stuffed the ballot box, innit?
Yeah, he did stuff bare ballot boxes. 1805.
He's a fucking monster.
April 1805. Britain allied with the Swedes, signed an alliance with Russia. Austria had been defeated by France twice in recent memory and wanted revenge, so it's joined the coalition a few months later, and this is Coalition 3. Extra baggage, please.
Extra baggage, please.
26th of May, so this is another coalition coming up against France, but this time the Bonner is in charge.
Third, sorry?
The third. This is the third coalition.
Who is it?
Austria,
it is Sweden, Britain, Russia, Austria.
Okay.
Napoleon was then crowned King of Italy with the Iron Crown of Lombardy on the 26th of May 1805.
He's just collecting up all the crowns, bro. He's a thane in every hold.
At the Cathedral of Milan. August 5th, he signs the Concordat with the Papal States, re-establishing relations with the Catholic Church.
What does he do with the Iron Crown? Does he dangle that over his head and then fuck off as well?
I don't know. I think he full on... Probably. I think I'd want to wear my wreath crown everywhere, bro, because that sounds like a sick crown.
Yeah, it's cool. Do you reckon he ever got togered up?
Oh, no,
in his bedroom and thought, no, it's too much.
too much. August 5th, he re-established his relation with the Catholic Church. Now the paperwork is done. It's time to do some emperor shit. Napoleon had realised that the strategic situation had changed fundamentally. Facing a potential invasion from his continental enemies, he decided to strike first and turned his army's sights from the English Channel to the Rhine. His basic objective was to destroy the isolated Austrian armies in southern Germany before the Russian allies could arrive.
Nice.
25th of September, after great secrecy and feverish marching, 200,000 French troops begin to cross the Rhine on a front of 260 kilometres.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, bruv.
Big old swarm up.
Big old swarm up across the Rhine. October 16th, 1805.
Lucky they're all frogs.
October 16th, 1805, Austrian commander Karl Mack had gathered the greater part of the Austrian army at the fortress of Ulm in Swabia. Napoleon swung his forces to the southeast and the Grand Army performed an elaborate wheeling movement that outflanked the Austrian positions. The Ulm manoeuvre completely surprised General Mack, who belatedly understood that his army had been cut off. After some minor engagements that culminated in the Battle of Ulm, Mack finally surrendered after realising there was no way to break out of the French encirclement. For just 2,000 French casualties, Napoleon had managed to capture a total of 60,000 Austrian soldiers through his army's rapid marching. Napoleon wrote after the conflict, "I've accomplished my objective. I've destroyed the Austrian army by simply marching."
Yeah, I keep catching up and they keep surrendering, mate.
21st of October. Quick little who are you from Britain. Who are you? Who are you? Battle of Trafalgar, buddy. Just saying. Battle of Trafalgar.
Yeah, boy.
21st of October.
Nelson was on a fucking Napoleon hunt.
Yeah,
after Egypt. He was in Cadiz.
That's
it. He was in the Mediterranean. He was just like, we'll bump into him, boys. Don't worry.
We'll get him at one point.
We got lemons.
We got lemons. We'll find him. November 1805. This is following the Ulm campaign. This is our date in history this week. French forces managed to capture Vienna, The fall of Vienna provided the French a huge bounty as they captured 100,000 muskets, 500 cannons, and the intact bridges across the Danube. At this critical juncture, both Tsar Alexander I and Holy Roman Emperor Francis II decided to engage Napoleon in battle, despite reservations from some of their subordinates. Napoleon sent his army north in pursuit of the Allies, but then he ordered his forces to retreat so he could feign a grave weakness. 2nd of December. This part is pretty gangster, dude. This is the Battle of Austerlitz.
Austerlitz.
This is, if I could go back in a fucking and see history, bruv. We've already covered one of my moments in history, which is Mongol army, going back when Genghis Khan comes off the mountain.
Watching all the ponies, bruv.
So it's when literally the moment, because he goes up in the mountain for 3 days, doesn't he? And then comes back down and he's like, yo, the fucking blue sky said that we should go fuck northern China. Rah, let's go, lads. I would have wanted to been there that night because that would have been a party and a half.
Yeah, boy.
That is
the first
one.
camp out.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, and it was all of the first time.
All your cousins are coming from the other villages and you're all meeting up at a big camp.
It's the first time the entire country's unified as well.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's getting on. You got this geezer.
Fuck China!
Yeah, that's it. It would have been fucking awesome. But the Battle of Austerlitz is another one which would be good to be at.
Yeah.
Or just check out, because the Battle of Austerlitz is also known as the Battle of the Three Emperors.
Oh,
because you got Napoleon, the Emperor. You got
Holy Roman Emperor.
The Holy Roman Emperor, and you got the Tsar Alexander of Russia as well.
Okay, yeah.
So this is like Game of Thrones shit,
isn't it? How gangster is
I was
the
just thinking how
Austerlitz?
Chinese it sounded after we were talking about the Mongols. Battle of the Three Emperors.
Before the battle, Napoleon turns to his generals and tells them, "Gentlemen, examine this ground carefully. It will be a field of battle upon which you will all have a party to play."
Nice.
Napoleon, feigning weakness in his army, fought a long drawn-out battle into the early afternoon, and then lulled his enemies into a sick trap he had set up with some sneaky cannons, bruv.
Oh, fuck.
Napoleon ordered up
Imagine secret cannons. That's the last surprise you want, bro.
Napoleon ordered up to 25 cannon to smash the ice on Lake Saint-Sachin.
Oh.
As it broke up, it tipped thousands of Russians into freezing water beneath.
Nice.
Fuck.
No one is sure how many drowned, but it's believed to be around 2,000 people is a likely figure.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, bruv.
That's a good tactic.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
So maybe he did think about the weather.
Yeah, last week he was on last week's episode. He was like, thinking about the weather in Egypt.
Yeah, and also he attacked Russia, didn't he, in the winter?
That's later on in the
but like, that's what's famous about him.
So didn't he take like scientists and geologists on tour with him as well?
Yeah, to
He should
Egypt.
have known about the weather.
Yeah, bro. Well, he's clearly did here. He's fucking with the weather here, bro.
Yeah, maybe he actually was listening to him this time.
I think this time.
Or he hates weather. He doesn't understand it. He just shoots it every time. This is the first time it worked.
All told, 11,000 Russians and 4,000 Austrians lay stricken on the field, more of them dead than wounded. For Austerlitz had been a brutal battle in which men were routinely bayoneted on the ground by their enemies. A further 12,000 were made prisoner, so the coalition army lost 27,000 men, along with 180 guns, a full third of its original strength. The French losses by comparison were 1,305 killed. Fucking hell. Did you hear the difference there?
Yeah.
27,000 from the coalition, 1,300 from the French.
Fuck. He's always got really low mortality figures.
He has, isn't he? But 6,940 wounded. Okay. And 573 taken prisoner. At this modest cost, Napoleon had broken the military resistance to both Austria and Russia. See what I mean? Battle of Austerlitz is one to have been there, bruv.
I feel like he's sort of fighting Mayweather style. Just
bobbing and weaving. Yeah.
One of the greatest defensive fighters of all time.
Well, they actually say he was a great defensive fighter, and he was also one of the people who was like the greatest defense is a good offense.
Yeah.
This battle,
we're going to fire the cannons, so why not fire them first?
That's it. The Battle of Austerlitz is also when he comes up with his famous quote, "When the enemy is making a false movement, we must take good care not to interrupt him."
Yeah, nice. What a bar.
1806, he establishes a collection of German states intended to serve as a buffer zone between France and Central Europe. The creation of the Confederation spelled the end of the Holy Roman Empire and significantly alarmed the Prussians. The brazen reorganization of German territory by the French risked threatening Prussian influence in the region, if not eliminating it outright. War fever in Berlin rose steadily throughout the summer of 1806. At the insistence of his court, especially his wife, Queen Louise, Frederick William III decided to challenge the French domination of Central Europe by going to war. So this is one of the Habsburgs.
Yeah.
14th of October, 1806, these big chinny cunts. At the twin battles of Jena and Ostend, the French convincingly defeated the Prussians and inflicted heavy casualties. With several major commanders dead or incapacitated, the Prussian king proved incapable of effectively commanding the army, which began to quickly disintegrate.
Shit, son.
Shit. Napoleon fucked them up quickly. He's just there, fucking up the big chin cunts. November 1806, Napoleon imposed the first elements of the continental system through the Berlin Decree. Basically, he started putting a trade embargo.
Nice.
And told all the other European countries, you're not allowed to trade with England anymore.
Was this the beginning of the EU?
Shit, son.
Pretty much, it's Napoleon's EU.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Napoleon's turning them to everyone, but he's not letting them trade with us.
Doing like a Frexit.
He's doing opposite. No, but it's all of Europe
against him,
shunning Britain out.
Yeah. Well, that's what they've done after Brexit, hasn't it?
Yeah, I know, but it's like we didn't vote for it.
Yeah.
He just did it, which is ruder. Like
we're already doing it. That's why we needed a Brexit.
Brexit was like, I understand why after Brexit Europe was a bit like, oh, fuck you then, dickhead. Because that was fair play. Like, we did sort of go, no,
but now you know.
And then walk off going, why are you being a dick about it? Because we walked off being a dick about it, really.
But now you know that the EU is all lizard man. WEF and all them ones.
Yeah, but even if it is, we still went off going, and then went, hold up, why are you guys being dicks to us? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we still need some of the Illuminati. Just don't need all of it.
Whereas, at least when Napoleon did it, Napoleon just went to us, and we were like, "Oh, hey, bro, mate, come on,
we'll get you for this."
Yeah,
it's like when you're like the boy that brings the ball to the football game, you can just pick the ball up and walk away.
Yeah, that's what he did. That's what he did.
My ball, I ain't playing like.
That's exactly what Napoleon did. Now he's got control of Europe.
Yeah.
He was like, "No, England." 1807, February 7th, 1807. He has a bloody stalemate at the Battle of Eylau against Russia. June 10th, after a period of rest and consolidation on both sides, the war restarted with an initial struggle at Heidelberg that proved indecisive. June 14th, he defeats the Russian army at the Battle of Friedland, wiping out the majority of the Russian army in a very bloody struggle. The scale of their defeat convinced the Russians to make peace with the French.
Nice.
So he's pretty much already fucked another coalition.
Yeah.
3 coalitions. Damn.
A little bit of pushback, then he got it sorted in the end.
That's it. June 19th, Tsar Alexander sues for peace and Napoleon signs the Treaty of Tilsit with Russia. The very first thing Alexander said to Napoleon is well calibrated, and it's apparently, I hate the English as much as you do. Their meeting lasted 2 hours. Despite waging wars against each other, the two emperors were very much impressed and fascinated by one another.
That meant they were fucking later on.
Never, said Alexander afterwards, did I love any man as I loved that man.
There you go.
There you go, Ross. 17th of October, 1807. 24,000 French troops under General Junot. This dude was banging Napoleon's brother's wife.
Oh, shit.
Crossed the Pyrenees with Spanish cooperation and headed towards Portugal to enforce Napoleon's orders. Portugal, I don't know if you know this, but Portuguesers, there's a reason I call them the Portuguesers.
Because they can sail like fucking all.
They can sail like a motherfucker, but they've sort of always been a bit cushy with us English fellas.
Yeah.
We've had times, we've had moments.
Yeah.
But when it's come to like...
Yeah, Portuguese and the Dutch are like our European allies, sort of.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like people that secretly vote for you.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm impartial. Give you the little wink on the side.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And during Napoleon's embargoes, Portugal had been trading with us.
Yeah, boy.
They had been still trading with us. Napoleon found out and he was pissed, bro.
Portugal's still got a big empire at this point, or not?
Yeah, relatively. They've still got Brazil and shit.
Yeah, they're in the New Worlds.
By the time his army arrives in Portugal, the British Navy have helped the Portuguese royal family evacuate to Brazil. French forces occupy Portugal. This attack was the first step in what would eventually become the Peninsular War.
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
It's in the Portuguese pronunciation.
The Peninsular War, a 6-year struggle that significantly sapped French strength. 1808, throughout the winter, French agents had become increasingly involved in Spanish internal affairs, bro. So they're starting to fucking snake about. They're starting to CIA a little bit into Spain.
Get some, what do you call it, espionage.
That's it. They're attempting...
Maybe that's a French word.
It is, isn't it?
It's all fucking French.
Yeah, half our languages, bro.
Le 69.
That's not English, and then he's what say, fuck off. Attempting to incite discord between members of the Spanish royal family. On May 2nd, you have the Dos de Mayo uprising in Madrid. Basically, the city had been under occupation by Napoleon's army since the 23rd of March of the same year, and King Charles IV had been forced by the Spanish people during the tumult of Aranjuez to abdicate in favour of his son Ferdinand VII. And at the time of the uprising, both were in the French city of Bayonne at the insistence of Napoleon.
Nice.
So Napoleon's fucking rigging the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? Causing a little revolt while keeping the two boys locked away. An attempt by
taking it all back on him,
isn't he? He's CIAing the shit out of them, bruv.
He's a busy little dude, bro.
He's a busy little dude. Oh shit. Yeah, he's moving wild out in Italy.
He keeps it moving.
I mean, in Spain. Sorry. An attempt by the French general Joachim Murat to move Charles VI's daughter and her children, along with his youngest son, to Bayonne, sparked a rebellion. So basically, one of Napoleon's boys was like, let's get the wife out of the country now too. And everyone was like, hold up, now you lads are taking the piss.
Yeah.
The repression following the crushing of the initial rebellion was harsh. Military commission on the evening of the 2nd of May issued death sentences to all of those captured who were bearing weapons of any kind. All public meetings were prohibited, and an order was issued requiring all weapons to be handed in to the authorities.
Oh, shit.
Hundreds of prisoners were executed the following day, a scene captured in a famous painting by Goya.
Mad.
Yeah. So he was tyrant.
That's what the Democrats want.
He was tyrant in a little bit, bruv.
Yeah.
A little bit. He kind of tyranted.
That's the first sign of a tyrant. Take the weapons off the people.
To be fair, what he did in Egypt was pretty bad as well.
That was an early sign.
July 7th appoints his brother Joseph Bonaparte as King of Spain.
Nice.
This kicks off the Peninsular Wars.
Yeah.
Resistance to French aggression soon spread throughout Spain. The shocking French defeats at the Battle of Bailen and the 16th of July, the Battle of Vimero on the 21st of August, gave hope to Napoleon's enemies and partly persuaded the French Emperor to intervene in person.
Nice.
Big Daddy's coming in.
He's got fucking riding on a white mule.
In his grey coat, all cupped in the cold. 21st of August, 1808, the British, under General Arthur Wellesley, kicked Junot's forces out of Portugal. General Arthur Wellesley is obviously important as well for later on.
Yeah, boy.
November 1808, the Grenadier Army, so this is Napoleon's army, under the Emperor's personal command, rapidly crossed the Ebro River and inflicted a series of crushing defeats against the Spanish forces.
Love a river crossing.
He loves a river, bruv.
That's why they carry the boats.
He's all about the boat. I'm telling you, he's old-timey Goggins. With French accent and just little.
Yeah, 5'3" Goggins.
5'6", bruv. 4th of December, with 80,000 troops, Napoleon enters Madrid. He then unleashed his soldiers against Moore and the British forces. The British were swiftly driven to the coast. 1809. January 1809, the British withdraw from Spain entirely after a last stand at the Battle of Corunna and the death of Lieutenant General Sir John Moore. After the 1808 campaign, Napoleon never returned to Spain again. Several months after Corunna, the British sent another army to the peninsula under Arthur Wellesley. the future Duke of Wellington. The war then settled into a complex of asymmetric strategic deadlock where all sides struggled to gain the upper hand. The highlight of the conflict became the brutal guerrilla warfare that engulfed much of the Spanish countryside. Both sides committed the worst atrocities of the Napoleonic War during this phase of the conflict.
Ooh.
So this is...
I don't really know about the Peninsular War.
No, I don't know too much about the Peninsular War. Sounds like maybe England and France were being a bit naughty in Spain.
Little proxy war.
Little proxy war in Spain, being regular naughty, bro.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just being...
You want to see what I learned in Africa? You want to see what I learned in Africa?
I was going to say exactly that. 8th of February 1809, advocates for war finally succeeded when the Imperial Government of Austria secretly decided on another confrontation against the French. When are you going to learn Austria?
Yeah, Austria, come on.
Fucking lads, come on.
Where's your Hungarian Empire?
Just don't fuck with Napoleon, Austria. Yeah. You couldn't even take France.
You couldn't even do it with Prussia.
Yeah, you couldn't even do it when France was weak as shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, fuck off, lads. 10th of April, leading elements of the Austrian army crossed the Inn River and invaded Bavaria. The early Austrian attack surprised the French. Napoleon himself was still in Paris when he heard about the invasion. 17th of April, he arrived at Donauworth to find the Grand Army in a dangerous position.
Fools. You need your chess master.
In response, Napoleon came up with a plan to cut off the Austrians in the celebrated land shot manoeuvre. He realigned the axis of his army and marched his soldiers towards the town of Ekmol. The French scored a convincing win in the resulting Battle of Ekmol, forcing Charles to withdraw his forces over the Danube and into Bohemia.
So he just went, everyone, look this way.
Yeah.
Take one step to the left.
Now march this way.
Take one step forward, one step to the left. Okay, now go.
Yeah, and that's what won him the battle, bruv.
Yeah.
Just
you royally fucked it. You needed Daddy to come down and save your ass. Everyone, turn 36 degrees. Perfect. Now we're going to win.
Now walk. And everyone's like, fuck, is this how we win?
That's how he does confuse the opposition.
Yeah, everyone was like, fuck, they're walking diagonally, bro.
Yeah, I was doing zigzags.
I can't handle that, keys. I've done forward and back, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Like the old computer games where you could go forward or side
to
side.
Forward, he started moving diagonal like a bishop.
He had the old fucking analog sticks.
Yeah.
First one with the analog sticks.
He was using a mouse. They were all using fucking control pads, bro. 13th of May, Vienna falls for the second time in 4 years to France.
When are you going to learn?
21st of May to the 22nd, the French made their first major effort to cross the Danube, leading to the Battle of Aspern-Essling. Napoleon crossed the Danube near Vienna, but the French and their allies were attacked and forced back across the river by the Austrians under Archduke Charles.
So the Austrians going again?
Yeah. It was the first time Napoleon had been personally defeated in a major battle.
Oh, shit. First one.
Cracks are starting to show.
It's taken a while, though. He's already become emperor, and that's happened. Do you know what I mean?
Still, though, I don't know if he's got a chin for the rest of his career. He needs to retire. Wenger out.
Archduke Charles drove out the French, but fell short of destroying their army. The Austrian artillery dominated the battlefield, firing 53,000 rounds compared to 24,300 French. The French lost over 20,000 men, including one of Napoleon's best field commanders and closest friends, Marshal Jean Lannes.
Oh, no.
It caused excitement throughout many parts of Europe because it proved that he could be beaten on the battlefield.
Oh.
Now everyone wants a piece of him.
Everyone reckons they got his.
Yeah, sin and bleed.
30th of June to July 4th, the French recrossed the Danube in strength with more than 180,000 troops marching across the Marchfield towards Austria, towards the Austrians.
I reckon the Austrians got a new national anthem about this time.
Oh no, no doubt.
Get knocked down.
After the setback at Aspern-Essling, Napoleon took more than 6 weeks in planning and preparing for contingencies before he made another attempt to cross the Danube. So he got back in fight camp, Rolf.
Yeah.
5th to the 6th of July, 1809, Charles of Austria received Napoleon. This is the gayest. I kept this in here because I found this description of this battle. I remember reading this, and I kept this description because the most homoerotic way to describe a battle. Are you ready? Charles of Austria received Napoleon and the French with 150,000 of his own men. Come on, bro. That's gay as hell.
First invention of the train.
So, yeah, Charles of Austria has got 150,000 chavies, and he meets Napoleon's chavies.
I will receive you now.
Napoleon commanded his forces in what was the largest battle of his career up until then. Napoleon finished off the battle with a concentrated central thrust that punctured a hole in the Austrian army and forced Charles to retreat.
Thrusting.
We got to admit, that was one homoerotic way of describing a battle. October 1809, the Treaty of Chambron was the harshest that France had imposed on Austria in recent memory. Damn right.
When you gonna learn?
Slapped them about again and was like... Austria lose about a fifth of their population to the French.
Holy fuck.
So the French take a fifth of their population. Napoleon turned his focus to domestic affairs after the war. Empress Josephine had still not given birth to a child from Napoleon, who became worried about the future of his empire following his death.
You should have divorced, beheaded, survived, bruv.
Well, 1810, 10th of January, desperate for a legitimate heir, he divorces Josephine.
Get rid of that skis bag, toothless bitch.
1st of April, 1810.
Knock-knee, trout mouth bitch.
So he divorces Josephine in January. By April, he marries 18-year-old Mary Louise.
See, that's a fucking top G move. Train this one, she's still got all her teeth.
Who is the Archduchess of Austria, daughter.
Also not a whore.
Daughter of Emperor Francis II, the daughter of the chavvy
boy.
just smashed up.
What fucking G.
Also a member of the family, of the royal family that he just ripped off of the throne during the French Revolution with everyone.
Perfect.
So it's his daughter?
Not his daughter.
No, the guy who's just beat's daughter.
Yeah, it's the daughter of the Emperor of
standing
Austria.
over him after the battle. I'm going to fuck your daughter.
Yeah, he took his 18-year-old daughter.
That's pillaging, son.
Yeah, was that consensual or
1811?
Political.
Oh, it's political, yeah. It was 100% political.
That's what duchesses are bred for.
Yeah. 1811, almost like a whole year later, on the 20th of March, just under a year, Mary Louise gave birth to a baby boy, whom Napoleon made heir apparent and bestowed the title King of Rome.
Boy.
His son never actually ruled the empire, but given his brief titular rule and cousin Louis Napoleon's subsequent naming himself Napoleon III, historians often referred to this boy as Napoleon II.
Yeah.
By 1811, however, tension had increased between Tsar Alexander and Napoleon. They're no longer but birdies. A strain on the relationship became the regular violations of the continental system by the Russians. The Russians were trading with us a little bit. And their economy was failing. That's why they were trading with us a little bit. Which led Napoleon to threaten Alexander with serious consequences if he formed another alliance with Britain.
Yeah.
He's worried.
You know.
1812.
He's surrounded.
He's surrounded, bruv.
did anyone ever...
But I understand why they're chasing him. He's a geezer, and he's just become the emperor, bruv.
Yeah.
He's the only one
Number one
rocking up.
headband.
Yeah. He doesn't get... He could turn up to all these official balls, right? He could hold his own official ball. He could turn up to all the lizard man meetings, and he's not a lizard man's.
Yeah, maybe that's
they don't want him in the club.
They don't want him in the club, bruv. He's not meant to be in the
Elon
club.
Musk.
Yeah,
That's why he looks like Musk here, bruv. He's not meant to be in the club.
He's being censored.
Yeah, and there he is in the club. I love it, bruv. That's what I like about him. All 5'6" of him in the club, bruv.
On his tippy toes trying to get a drink at the bar.
It's not that short, bruv, I'm telling you.
Depends how big the bar is.
Even a regular sized bar, bruv. So yeah, 1812, advisors to Alexander suggested the possibility of an invasion of the French Empire and the recapture of Poland. Napoleon's spies peep this, and Napoleon increases his grand army to more than 450,000 men.
Fucking hell. That's a lot of dudes, considering there's only 1 billion people on the planet.
Yeah.
He's got fucking nearly 500,000.
24th of June, 1812, he ignored repeated advice against an invasion of the Russian heartland and commences an offensive campaign. The Russians avoided Napoleon's objective of a decisive engagement and instead retreated deeper into Russia. So Napoleon said, fuck it, I'm going to invade Russia. Everyone was like, don't do it, dickhead.
Yeah.
And he went,
what did he say?
Fuck it.
When an enemy's making a false move, let him.
Yeah, and then all Russia needed to do, which is...
fucking followed him into the iceberg.
Yeah, they just retreat. They feign a battle, then just run into the ice. Feign a battle, then run, and Napoleon chased them, bruv.
Dick.
16th to the 18th of August, 1812, the Battle of Smolensk. A brief attempt at resistance, the Russians were defeated in a series of battles, and Napoleon resumed his advance. Owing to the Russian army's scorched earth tactics, the French found it increasingly difficult to forage food for themselves and their horses.
Yes, they collected everything. They know they're going to chase them.
Yeah, bruv. 7th of September 1812, the Russians eventually offered battle outside Moscow at the Battle of Borodino. Napoleon's own account was the most terrible of all my battles was the one before Moscow. The French showed themselves to be worthy of victory, but the Russians showed themselves worthy of being invincible.
Oh, nice.
The Russian army withdrew and retreated past Moscow. Napoleon entered the city, and assuming its fall would end the war, and Alexander would negotiate peace, Moscow was burned rather than surrendered on the order of Moscow's governor, Fyodor Rostopchin. After 5 weeks, Napoleon and his army got bored and left.
That's where all the Tartarian artifacts went.
Yeah.
Well, here's a cool thing about what Napoleon did in Moscow as well. When he was there, he was just like fucking kicking about the Kremlin and that. And when he eventually got bored and left, we're very lucky.
It's like one of them serial killers that takes a shit in their house and that.
Worse.
Spends a day wearing their clothes.
Worse. We're kind of lucky, depending on your perspective. He rigged the Kremlin up with explosives.
Oh, fucking hell.
And as he left, he hit the switch, but they didn't fucking go off.
He's a div.
How fucking... he was planning on bringing down the Kremlin as he left.
What a nutbag, bro. Because that's still standing today.
Yeah, bro.
That's like one of the fucking iconic buildings of the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's like a Guy Fawkes move.
Yeah.
But it has got the Tartarian fucking roofs.
But how cool that he just went to go...
He was going to do the fucking... Oh, shit. He was going to do the fucking... What's his name?
And mentioning
the Joker
that,
walk away.
Yeah, he was going to do Joker. I just sung that little tune there while pushing that button. This is when he flees Moscow, yeah? So that song... what is the name of that song? I can't remember, but it's Tchaikovsky. 1812 overture. That's it.
Cannons, boy.
That song is meant to be a sonic representation of Napoleon fleeing Moscow.
That's fucking sick, innit?
How cool is that, bruv?
But imagine being like a genius looking out your window, and that's what you hear in your head when you see
Napoleon
the giant war.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gangster, isn't it?
Mad as fuck.
What was the song they played in V for Vendetta?
That song.
Is that the one? Yeah.
It's that very same song.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned to you guys before with that song, like it comes up. It came up in another podcast with us. But yeah, that song is because Tchaikovsky was obviously Russian himself.
Yeah.
So he saw Napoleon fleeing, and that's the song that he wrote for it.
Nice.
Which is, I think, gangster as fuck, man. And also, guys, if you're ever in a moment where you're talking to someone about classical music and you want to sound smart, there you go.
Yeah. It's
a
good age for classical music as well, isn't it? Beethoven was about
great age
Vienna.
for classical music, bruv. Yeah, all of these places, all the best musicians
So
are.
now you got a reference, Napoleon.
Napoleon's turned him up and fucking him
Two
up.
really good spots.
Yeah.
Vienna with Beethoven and Moscow with Tchaikovsky.
Yeah. I think Lord Byron went to visit him eventually as well. When he gets his own yard. You'll learn about that.
Nice.
23rd of October, 1812, is the Malais coup. An attempted coup d'etat in Paris.
Oh, no.
What, against him?
Aimed at removing Napoleon I, then campaigning in Russia, from power. The coup was engineered by Republican General Claude Francois de Malais, who had unjustifiably spent time in prison just because of his opposition to Napoleon. The coup failed and the leading conspirators were executed.
So that's why, like, it's always the ex-offenders, bruv.
Yeah.
Like, you put him in prison because he didn't like Napoleon. Why didn't you watch him when you got him out of prison?
Should have kept your eye on him, bruv, especially before you left for Russia. 2nd of November 1812, Napoleon became concerned about the loss of control back in France. He heads home and his army walked through snow up to their knees back to Paris.
Ooh.
The night of the 8th, the 9th of November alone, nearly 10,000 men and horses froze to death.
Oh, fuck.
Nice.
Yeah, bruv, that one night alone. 26th to the 29th of November 1812, the Battle of the Berezina. Napoleon was retreating back towards Poland in chaos after the aborted occupation of Moscow and trying to cross the Berezina River at Borisov. The outcome of the battle was inconclusive, as despite heavy losses, Napoleon managed to cross the river and continue his retreat with the surviving remnants of his army.
Fuck.
All during this campaign as well.
Don't go to Russia.
Yeah, bruv.
It's the moral of the story.
5th of December, shortly before arriving in Vilnius, Napoleon fucked his army off and left on a sledge. No joke. He was walking back with the boys in his he was in his posh pompous carriage because he was emperor by now.
He just took the wheels off and started sliding down the hill.
At this point as well, he had sort of lost a lot of respect from his troops as well, even before all this retreat and shit. Yeah. Just because he had gone from being the fucking geezer on yard with the boys to like constantly in his carriage complaining and shitting himself. Yeah. Like literally shitting himself. He had bowel problems. Yeah. Some people used to believe that's why he used to keep his hand in his jacket because his tummy always had a bad tummy. But for real, dude used to shit himself a lot.
Poor dude.
Yeah, bad stomach. He actually eventually died of stomach cancer. Like straight up, no joke. Fuck. Yeah, dude really did have a bad tummy. 5th of December, shortly before arriving in Vilnius. Oh, I said about that. This is when he sledges it out. There was a lull in fighting over the winter of 1812 to 13, while both the Russians and the French rebuilt their forces. 1813, heartened by France's loss in Russia, Prussia joined with Austria, Sweden, Russia, Great Britain, Spain, and Portugal.
Oh, it's the Royal Rumble, bro.
To form a 6th coalition.
The last coalition. Yeah. The coalition to rule them all.
Napoleon assumed command in Germany and inflicted a series of defeats on the coalition. 26th to 27th of August, 1813, the Battle of Dresden. A win for Napoleon against the Kingdom of Bohemia.
And now known for a war crime.
Yeah. 6th to 19th October 1813. Despite these successes, the numbers continued to mount against Napoleon, and the French army was pinned down by a force twice its size and lost. This was by far the largest battle of the Napoleonic Wars and cost more than 90,000 casualties in total.
Fucking hell.
Napoleon was forced to retreat from Germany. At this point, he starts getting fucked up. November 1813, the Allies offered peace terms in the Frankfurt proposals. That meant that France would retain control of Belgium, Savoy and the Rhineland, while giving up control of all the rest, including all of Spain, the Netherlands and most of Italy and Germany. So basically returning to how France was post-revolution, pre-Napoleon.
Yeah, so he only gets to keep the profits sort of thing.
Yeah.
Everything they started with goes back to them. And then he gets whatever he's taken.
No, he doesn't get everything he's taken is getting given back. You get France.
He gets Spain.
He gets France.
Oh, he only gets France. Oh, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So they
reset his save game.
Yeah, they reset his save game.
Motherfuckers.
But they're still letting him play, but they're resetting his save game.
But mate, don't let him play. You see what he did with France last time. That's where he started last time, idiot.
All his homies tell Napoleon, these are probably the best terms you're going to get, dude. After any of this, the deals are just going to get worse, bro. Just take this deal.
No deal.
Napoleon says, fuck that. I'm expecting to win this war. And he delays too long and loses the opportunity. By December, the Allies withdraw the offer. 13th of December, 1813, Napoleon's older brother abdicated as King of Spain.
Oh shit, they got to him. The lizard people are in his ear.
1814, January.
No Christian Tate, is he?
1814, January, the coalition had already entered France's borders and launched a two-pronged attack on Paris, with Prussia entering from the north and Austria from the east, marching out of the capitulated Swiss Confederation. The French Empire, however, would not go down so easily. From the 10th to the... This is gangster as fuck, by the way, this next part. From the 10th to the 15th of February 1814 is the 6 Days Campaign. Napoleon launched a series of victories in the 6 Days Campaign.
Yeah, boy.
A final series of victories by the forces of Napoleon.
This better have 80s music montage and the Ridley Scotts film.
So basically, it's just
the
him.
6 Days power fucking montage.
It's just him against this 6th coalition, which I listed earlier. You saw how fucking big of armies
everyone,
that was.
And like the fucking montage. Yeah, it's going to be like the
they're
same knockout,
Paris.
But they're all holding different flags and wearing different uniforms, and it's like all smoky.
And
like,
it's in the streets of Paris. So these guys got to Paris.
Oh shit!
And it's
on a COD map.
Yeah, it's just Napoleon running riot for 6 days, outnumbered to fuck, but just getting victory after victory.
He knows the streets, bro.
There you go, bro.
He's French as fuck.
The 6 Days Campaign, Napoleon inflicted 4 defeats on Blucher's army of Sicilia in the Battle of Chambord, the Battle of Montmirail, the Battle of Château-Thierry, and the Battle of Vorchamps. Napoleon's 30,000 men armed army managed to inflict 17,750 casualties on Blucher's forces of 50 to 56,000. While they repulsed the coalition forces and delayed the capture of Paris by at least a full month, these were not significant enough to turn the tide. 29th of March, the coalitionaries camped out on the outskirts of the capital. This is after the montage where he's got the coke addiction. Yeah.
He's looking old.
Yeah, this is it. 30th of March, they advanced onto the demoralised soldiers protecting the city. Joseph Bonaparte, Napoleon's brother, led a final battle at the gates of Paris.
Oh, fair. He's redeemed himself for giving up Spain.
Yeah. They were defeated and Joseph retreated out of the city. The leaders of Paris surrendered to the coalition on the last day of March 1814.
Nice.
1st of April, Alexander addressed the Senate. Alexander told the Senate that the Allies were fighting against Napoleon, not France. So they even flat out said it.
Yeah.
We're just after Napoleon.
Yeah.
He's not invited to the club.
Yeah.
He's not allowed in.
He might start his own gold standard.
And they were prepared to offer honourable peace terms if Napoleon was removed from power. 2nd of April, the Senate passed Emperor's Demise Act, which declared Napoleon deposed. 1814, April 6th, he abdicates as emperor.
Shit.
April 11th, 1814, in the Treaty of Fontainebleau,
Did he get exiled?
The Allies exiled Napoleon to Elba, an island of 12,000 inhabitants in the Mediterranean.
Now he's got an army of 12,000, you idiots.
Napoleon attempted suicide with a pill he had carried after nearly being captured by the Russians during the retreat from Moscow. Its potency had weakened with age, however, and he survived to be exiled while his wife and son took refuge in Austria. May 20th, he arrived in Elba. They gave him sovereignty over the island and allowed him to retain the title of emperor.
Yeah, this is your empire. That must have been a bitchy thing, but the paperwork was solid. He's like, I know what to do with this.
In the first few months on Elba, he created a small navy and army, developed the iron mines, oversaw the construction of new roads, issued decrees on modern agricultural methods, and
invented the bull-up rifle,
and overhauled the island's legal and educational system. A few months later into his exile, Napoleon learned that his ex-wife Josephine had died in France.
Fucking hell, I thought she'd be done earlier than this.
She also she died in France after spending the night before walking the gardens of a palace with Tsar Alexander. Ho till the end, bro.
Yeah, what a dirty bitch. She's always just been trying to fuck for power.
She was
like a prince's consort before, wasn't she?
He was devastated by the news, locking himself in his room and refusing to leave for 2 days.
No, he still loved her.
He did. And some of the people reckon it's the reason this happened. 1815, 26th of February in 1815, separated from his wife and son who had returned to Austria, cut off from the allowance guaranteed to him by the Treaty of Fontainebleau, and aware of rumours he was about to be banished to a remote island in the Atlantic Ocean, Napoleon escaped from Elba in the brig of the Inconstant. The 28th of February, he landed in the French mainland at Gulf Juan and headed north.
What a fucking G.
7th of March.
Who was he with?
Just him, bro. Just him, bro.
Stowaway, jumped off the boat with a tactical roll, then he's off north.
7th of March, 1815, the 5th Regiment, who were sent to intercept him, make contact just south of Grenoble.
So I know you're the boys, come on!
Napoleon approached the regiment alone, dismounted his horse, and when he was within gunshot range, shouted to the soldiers, "Here I am. Kill your emperor if you wish."
Oh.
The soldiers quickly responded with "Vive l'empereur."
Oh.
Long live the emperor.
Was that really like an honourable... Like, did they actually love Napoleon, or is that just French instinct to surrender?
Louis XVIII, the newly restored king, once boasted that he would bring Napoleon to Paris in an iron cage. Instead, that night, he affectionately kissed his former emperor and forgot his oath of allegiance to the Bourbon monarch. The two then marched together towards Paris with a growing army.
Fucking hell.
The unpopular Louis XVIII fled to Belgium after realising the little political support that night.
This might have to be the montage.
It's said Napoleon ate the very dinner prepared for the king that night.
Whoa, what a fucking G.
Napoleon sits.
He's just got all these things that sound like it's a rap song.
Napoleon sits in power and writes to the other Europeans like, "Look, I'm back now, no biggie. I'll be cool if you're cool, yeah? I'll stay here. I get it. I learnt my lesson. Just be chill, yeah?" The other leaders of Europe were, in fact, not very chill.
They are not chill at all.
13th of March, the powers at the Congress of Vienna declared Napoleon an outlaw and an enemy to world peace.
But imagine getting that fucking letter. Napoleon's back.
You'd go full on Karen,
from
you?
Napoleon as well.
Yeah. It's in third person as well. It's a G. Yeah. Napoleon's back in town.
He writes out the full Eminem. Guess who's back? So. Yeah. Guess who's back?
Yours truly, Emperor of whatever that island was fucking called.
Emperor's Elbra, I think it was. Emperor of Elbra. Yeah, what a move, bruv. Isn't that gangster?
He's cool as fuck.
Just turns up after getting exiled by the rest of the... He got kicked out of the club and he turned back up at the
club. So when Mo throws Barney out the bar, he's right behind him again.
And the thing is, they sent the bouncer to stop him at the door. And he was like, and he was like, "Yeah, I do like you, mate. Come on in, you are a laugh."
I've actually seen this situation in real life. Goons turned up to beat up this dude. Yeah. He come out the house and they all realised who he was. And they're like, "Oh, you're right. It's Tim Tracy."
Fucking brilliant.
Because he was a goon himself. He hangs around in goon circles. That's why I say it pays to be mates with the boys. And so it's a good military leader. Well, towards the start, Russia was a fuck up. Egypt was a fuck up.
Yeah, but still,
he was. You remember the campfire banter, don't you, Tone? Big Tone, we used to call him.
So yeah, the 13th of March, the powers of the Congress of Vienna declared Napoleon an outlaw and an enemy to world peace. 17th of March, Great Britain, Russia, Austria, and Prussia each pledged to put 150,000 men into field to end Napoleon's rule.
That sounds like a disruptance of world peace to me.
20th of March, Napoleon arrives in Paris and governed for a period now called the 100 Days.
Uh-oh.
By June, the armed forces...
another montage.
By June, the armed forces available to him had reached 200,000, and he had decided to go on the offensive to attempt to drive a wedge between oncoming British and Prussian armies. The French army of the north crossed the frontier into the United Kingdom of the Netherlands in modern-day Belgium. 18th of June, 1815, Napoleon's forces fought two coalition armies, commanded by the British Duke of Wellington and the Prussian Prince Blucher, at the Battle of Waterloo. Wellington's army withstood repeated attacks by the French and survived through the day, while the Prussians arrived in force and broke through Napoleon's right flank. Napoleon returned to Paris and found that both the legislature and the people had turned against him.
Oh, fuck.
So it's the Battle of Waterloo that fucked up the 100 Days. So we celebrate the Battle of Waterloo over in England, but it turned out we actually kind of fucked up the biggest pimping comeback in history.
Yeah.
Which is kind of lame of us.
Yeah, party poopers.
Yeah, because that is a cool comeback and a half.
Yeah.
And we're celebrating pooping on that party.
Yeah.
That
and it wasn't, and we were in coalitions.
Yeah.
I thought it was a straight up England versus France sketch.
No, it wasn't an England versus France. It was like the sixth coalition. Do you know what I mean?
Waterloo's less cool now.
Waterloo's way less cool now, bruv.
I'm never going out station again.
And no, I just like we were laughing about how Napoleon snuck back into the club again, and he's kicking off again, and everyone's dancing with him again, and we've just turned up as the bouncers.
Yeah.
Not even the bouncers, the club owner.
No,
the bouncers let him in.
Liked him, didn't
they?
Yeah.
Fucking dick move of us, bruv.
And the club owner knows sailing karate.
Yeah, that's it, bruv. June 22nd, Napoleon again abdicates, but this time in favour of his son taking over. June 25th, he leaves Paris and settles at one of the palaces he had bought for Josephine. When Napoleon heard that Prussian troops had ordered to capture him dead or alive, he fled to Rochefort, considering it an escape to the United States.
Imagine what he could have done there.
Oh, no, right. 15th of July 1815, British ships were blocking every port. Napoleon surrendered to Captain Frederick Maitland on HMS Bellefonds. October 1815, refusing Napoleon's request for political asylum in England, the British kept Napoleon on the island of St. Helena in the Atlantic Ocean. The English eventually kept him in a shitty, rotted-up old wooden house. With a small cadre of followers, Napoleon dictated his memoirs and grumbled about the living conditions. England cut Napoleon's expenditure, ruled that no gifts were allowed, and if they mentioned his imperial status, and made his supporters sign a guarantee they would stay with the prisoner indefinitely if they went to visit him. When he held a dinner party, men were expected to wear military dress and women in evening gowns and gems. It was an explicit denial of the circumstances of his captivity. While in exile, Napoleon wrote a book about Julius Caesar. He also studied English under the tutelage of Count Emmanuel de la Cassis, with the main aim of being able to read English newspapers and books, as access to French newspapers as books was heavily restricted to him on St. Helena. He was also possibly fucking a girl way too young on St. Helena. I remember hearing something about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's got his own Epstein Island.
How the mighty has fallen, bruv.
There was also...
he's a fucking hut-dwelling nonce.
There was also another story I heard. There was a plot. I'm not sure who the plot was by to, but there was a plan to kidnap him from the island, take him to South America, try and get all of the Spanish and the Portuguese in South America, and have Napoleon be the emperor of South America.
That would be cool as fuck.
Yeah, there was but by the time they got there, he was dead.
Yeah.
By the time they got to the island. 1821, which the year he died. In February 1821, Napoleon's health began to deteriorate rapidly, and he reconciled with the Catholic Church. And on May the 5th, he dies on St. Helena at age 51.
Fuck, son.
Not a bad life.
And that's Napoleon Bonaparte,
a life well lived.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
For a bit of porridge. He did alright.
For a geezer born of a devil's threesome, bruv.
Yeah.
He's fucking cushy as hell, isn't he?
He's got that dog in him for sure.
Bruv, I'm not sure what's in him. Some fucked up ships in that fella, bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good fella of history. Good geezer of history.
Schmoozer.
Yeah, bruv. Like, he read the stories of Attila, of Genghis, of Julius.
He
The
was
stories
the Mike
we're
Tyson of
reading.
his time.
The stories we're reading to Chavies now.
Yeah, true.
And he forced his name amongst them.
Yeah.
Purely
Instead of being
just
like, that would be cool.
Yeah.
He's like, I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of us sitting there going, man, that'd be cool. He's going, no,
That's
no.
amazing. It's such a feat. He's like,
Yeah.
I could do more than that.
I'll do all of
Do it
that, bro.
better.
Yeah, I'll do it way better.
I'm going to get the most victories over Austria anyone's ever seen.
I'm going to make
in a row.
Austria my bitch, and then I'm going to marry Austria's 18-year-old daughter.
If you exile me, I'll marry someone's 12-year-old daughter. Fuck you.
But yeah, how cool is that comeback after the first exile?
Yeah, that's like a gangster movie. I thought it was going to get shit and boring, like Joe.
Yeah.
At the end, she's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and then this and the other, blah, 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 old age, blah, blah, dies.
Yeah.
It's like, so you think, he's about to die. Oh, no, come back. He bumps into the army. Okay, he's finally in prison. He's going to die. Come back.
He gets back to Paris, chills for a bit, and then decides, fuck it, I'll go on the offensive.
Yeah.
Fucking lad, isn't
Just fucking wants it.
he? Constantly, bruv.
Always. He's got Napoleon syndrome. He's got a complex.
But yeah, bruv, nice little two-parter on Napoleon.
Party starter.
Ahead of Ridley Scott, he should be cutting us a check.
Yeah, so next week we're going to do reviews.
Of the Napoleon movie?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Next week we have a good fun one, though.
Yeah. It's going to be good shit.
It is. I'll show you my notes for next week's episode. I've already got them.
Nice.
And I ain't written shit.
Is it the lizard men again?
It's all the lizard men.
Fuckers.